Welcome back to Themed Journals. My name is April. Welcome to the home of the Themed Journal journey. Okay, so this is the left one, and as you can see, I did a single stitch with green thread all the way around. I did it the same here on the right one, and then I also did all the way around here and all the way around here. Now, this looks hideous right now, but I'm working on it. This will be the clasp, or I think I'm going to go with this one maybe, or this one. But we got a problem. See how thick this is? I can't get the screws through here to insert into here. So I've got to go to the hardware store tomorrow and see if I can't find some bigger things. Anyway, and I went crazy and I did a template. I did all these and all these. I didn't do these across. So the result is beautiful, but the execution was horrible. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so what I did was I used this as my template, and I punched with my Crocodile Big Bite all these holes. Then I put eyelets through, and then I put jump rings through every second one. Then after that, I took these little chains and I attached jump rings, one to each end, and then I attached that to the corresponding jump ring here. And I must say, it's beautiful. Oh, but talk about making me curse and swear. Oh yeah, true story. Anyway, I love the results of that. And so anyway, I thought I'd share that with you. All right, that's the left. And this is the right. And I didn't make that long enough. I'm still having width issues. So what I've decided to do is I'm just going to use a little bit here and then give it a cut here. Okay, now let me give you a report on how this acted under, oh, that's cool. Okay, so sewing was no problem. Stickles, it went through the stickles, it went through the heavy stickles, the not so heavy stickles. I had no problem sewing it, okay? And then the interesting thing is that you can up to a certain point fray it, okay? If the heavier the stickles, the less it'll fray. So for example, you saw right here, it refused to fray, and that's okay. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're going to just glue that down the way it is. Call it a day. Okay, I knew that was going to happen. Hang on. Okay. So we have, what do you call it? solar. And sometimes it goes out. It just came back on. Hopefully they don't turn on the dryer again. Okay. Now, the interesting part is that this gave this a little thicker than this side. So this side is now thicker than this side. Not by much, but by a skosh. All right. I love the fabric. Love it. Okay. Okay. Let's just double check this side. There. There it goes. Okay, so the next step I have all sorts of things all over the place. And I got a magnet here. What's this? Well, we're going to throw that away. All right. Now, okay, here we go. Get out my B7000. And then what we have to do is oops. Fucker. Yeah, I've been doing nothing but cursing and swearing all day. It's just been one of those frickin' days, man. All right, let's see if that'll help. All right. Okay. Okay, I like that. So that's what we're going to have to do with all of them, is open them up so that we can press them over the corners that are extra big. All right. And we'll be using our B7000 for this because the nozzle is easy to get in here. All right, and I like the results a lot. All right. So there's our front corners right there. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're also going to put them on these corners as well. I need to open these up a little bit. When you work with thicker fabric, sometimes you just need to open these up a little bit. It doesn't hurt them. You don't break them. And it just makes it look very polished, in my opinion. So I'm loving our handmade steampunk fabric. The last thing we did when we finished off the steampunk was to put coffee on it to knock back the white, and that worked out really super well. Except one thing, I did use some distress spritz, and that made it go everywhere. But I'm okay with that. So anytime you're using distress spritz, know that it will run if you do coffee last. I should have done the coffee first before I even glued anything onto my fabric. But, you know, you live and you learn. First time making my own fabric. Yep, just one of them days. Nothing wants to work right for me. And I mean nothing. And my back is screaming at me. I'm just in a really bad mood. I mean a foul mood. And yes, this is still the same day. In the first video, I know I said I was in a bad mood in that one too. Sometimes, you know, crafting's fun. And sometimes it's not. Okay. And working with little things like this and is sometimes very irritating because my hands don't want to work. And because they don't want to work, they just flop everywhere. The things I'm trying to fold or hold and, yeah, fold, right, April. The things I'm trying to hold is just a pain in the, you know what. Because all my bad hands want to do is drop everything that I'm doing. Pain in the neck. There we go. Okay, now see, this is the disc we did. I've got one more on my desk. I forget which one it goes to, but I think it goes on the other piece. Now I'm using my smooth jewelry pliers. They don't have any, it's smooth here. Well, if it weren't for the rubber, it would be, but these have little bars on them. So you don't want to squish these corners with pliers that have grips. You want a smooth pliers to work with this stuff, because otherwise when you go to squish it down to put it in place, it will retain the shape of your pliers. Pain in the neck. Been there, done that many times, because I forget that, you know, I should be using this for this project, these for this project. All right, there we go. Okay. All right, now okay, this says left, so that means it goes on this side. So what we're going to do now is put a lot of glue all the way around. My hands hurt, my back hurts. Ugh. It's been a busy day. Okay, now this is the way I decided it was going to be. Oops. It's going to be like that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to clamp it down. Otherwise, it'll just want to pop up and irritate me even more than it already is. Cannot have that. I'm tired of the aggro today. Let's not do that one there. Let's not do that one either. Nor that one. All right. I was looking for one with the pink pear so I wouldn't scratch the end piece. Been there, done that too. Got the t-shirt. I'm quite sure of it. Okay. So we're going to let that all right, here we go. We're going to put it like that. Okay. And we're going to glue again. I cannot believe I had such bad measuring problems with this particular inset. Pain in the neck. All right. Now the R is that way, so this is up. That's how I know it's up. All right. Now we're going to clamp this side as well. I know I had more of these at once upon a time. Don't know where they, oh, that's where they went to. Oh, okay. Interesting. All right. Okay. There. Now let's talk about that's going to be the inset for the hidden paper clips right here. And then we're also going to keep it right here. So we're going to have very little room for the hidden spine. Probably only have enough for 2 signatures. Let's see. All right. Ugh. Everything's irritating me today. I hope you've had a better time in your craft room than I'm having at the moment. Okay, let me go get the cardboard. You know what? I think I'm going to put this at an angle here, like that. And then I'm going to, let's see. Okay, this is how much I'm taking off of the bottom. Just a skosh more. And I'm going to get some cardboard. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. And I need a better workspace than this. Now, the one thing about this homemade fabric is that it seems to be flaking. I don't know if it's because of the stickles or what. By flaking, I mean literally coming off because of the dust. All right. It's not flaking a lot. It's just super dusty. And you can see that? It's got stickles. So the stickles are becoming what I would term dusty. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take it right down on the outside of this hump. So we make it go away. All right, there we go. Now we're going to see if that works for what we need. Got to give it a little. Okay. And the dust could be from the fact that we've been doing sanding on here, and I haven't cleaned up the sanding mess, but there's definitely stickle glitter on my desk too. So anyway, between the two, we're definitely dustier than usual. Okay. All right. There. There. So this, there. Okay, that looks good right there. Okay, now what we're going to do is swap out my black for my vintage photo pad. I need to, when I go to the store tomorrow, I need to get another tackle box just so I can move my beads from one thing. And anyway, now, what was I doing? Don't answer that question, please. Driving myself cuckoo is what I'm doing. All right. So I'm using Vintage Photo tonight, and we're going to do the edge. Not this edge, even though that's the edge that is getting colored. We want to do this edge where the where this will be seen, because we're not going to be now. What we also want for this side is to make sure that the purple does not reflect in any way. There is a method to my madness, and I'll show you in just a second why I'm doing this. Okay, now the reason why I did that on the side we're gluing down is because I don't want the purple to show. All right, now let's see here. Let's see if this is, oh, look at that, that's perfection. Okay, so here we go. Normally I would wrap this like I wrap my journal, but because the journal's already so thick, I do not want it to come up. or I don't want it to get any thicker, let's put it that way. And so the reason why I did the purple edge like that, because as you can see, you can see the brown. You'd been able to see the, what in the world? Oh, that's the problem. Paper scissors versus fabric scissors, big diff. And I'm so used to, I've had these for almost 3 years as fabric scissors. It's only recently that I had to buy another fabric scissors because these don't work on fabric any longer. Okay, so see that? Now we've got to do the edge again with ink. Okay, see that? Now the white edge from the cut where we cut the fabric is now gone. So we may have to do it a couple of times to get that ink into the fabric, but should be all right. As you can see, okay, see that? Look at that. Okay, by fraying this accidentally, it's revealing the purple underneath. So we don't want this to fray anymore, because every time it frays, I have to add more ink. All right. Okay, there we go. It looks antique now, if you ask me. And what I'm going to do is I am going to run this through my sewing machine. Not while I'm videotaping, though. Gotta do that before this paper really starts making me curse more than I already am. Okay. So there we have it. That's going to be the centerpiece once all the panels dry. And then we'll talk about papers and signatures next in our next video. All right, thank you for joining me on today's Themed Journal Journey. Please like, share, subscribe to this channel, and hit that notification bell if you haven't done so already. Share this with your friends so we can hit 900 and we can have our 900th subscriber contest. Okay, let me explain that to you. I know some of you who've been here a while said, but we already had that. Well, no, we had our 915th video drawing, but not, I'm dyslexic, so I took my videos, being 915, to say that I had 915 subscribers a while back, so I think we're at 890 or something like that, between 890 and 900. So let's share this with your friends and get more people to sign up so we can go ahead and have our drawing for our 900 subscriber contest. Been waiting for this for a while. All right. Thanks again for joining me on this theme journal journey. You have a great day. Bye.